to the class. The first thing that you need to do is you need to go to A plus students.com. Okay, you log into the website, you select the subject math. Since it's a lesson for math, you select your grade level. Your grade level is grade 2. Okay, and once you've done selecting your grade level, let's look at the topic for today. The topic for today is properties. Okay, the properties relate to the rules, right? Addition, subtraction rules. Okay, and the chapter number is chapter number 18. Sorry, the chapter number is chapter 18. Okay, and the lesson number is lesson number 2. Lesson number 2, and the name of the lesson is related subtraction facts. That is related subtraction facts. Okay, so we will look at how subtraction is done, what are the rules of subtraction, and let's start off with the topic. Okay, let's go on to chapter 18. Okay, let's open up maths chapter 18, that is properties, and lesson number 2, related subtraction facts. Okay, the first question number 1 says write the related subtraction fact for, right, 17 minus 10. Okay, we know that 17 minus 10 would always be equals to 17 minus 10 is 7, right? Therefore, see, basically subtraction related fact or addition related fact would be, we can say 17 minus 10 was 7, or we can say 17 minus 7 should also be equals to 10, right? If you subtract 10 from 17, it comes out to be 7, or 17 minus 7, it should be 10. So this, the answer is this: 17 minus 7 is equals to 10. We just need to show that from 17, if we subtract 10, we get a 7, right? Subtracting a 10 means we get a 7 as the answer remainder. So from 17, if we subtract 7, we get 10 as that. We are simply swapping the places. Okay, what we do is we swap the 10 with 7. We're just simply swapping the places of 10 and 7, right? So this is the related subtraction fact. This would be the related subtraction fact for the question. Okay, that means we are just simply swapping the places. Okay, hi, welcome to the class. Let's look at the next question. We are doing related subtraction facts today. It means even if we change the order of subtraction, right? Let's look at the next example. I'll just re-explain it. The question says is write the related fact for subtraction. I'm just copying the same thing so that we don't have to write it again. Okay, fact for, the question given was 14 minus 3 was 11, right? We need to give the related subtraction fact for this So what we were doing was 14 minus 3 was 11. But if 14 minus 11, it would be, hi, welcome to the class. What we are doing is, the question was 14 minus 3 is equals to 11, right? Now what we need to show is, if we subtract the other number from 14, so can we say 14 minus 11 would give the answer to be 14 minus 3 was 11, right? Then 14 minus 11 would be still 3. And this is the related subtraction fact. Yes. Okay. No, you don't write 3 minus 14. See, the question was 14 minus 3 is equals to 11, right? So all we are doing is we are swapping these numbers, this number and this number. 14 minus 3 was 11. What we do is 14 minus 11 would be equal to 3. If we just simply interchange the positions of these two numbers, right? The answer would still be the same. Agreed? That is known as the related subtraction fact. So we do not write as 3 minus 14. We write this as 14 minus 3. Okay, May? Let's go with the next question. In question number 3, what they're asking us is, I'll just copy this. Okay, write the related subtraction fact for, if it says 13 minus 10. When we subtract 10 from 13, we are left with a 3. We need to give the related subtraction fact, right? So the related subtraction fact should be 13 stays as 13. What we do is we simply swap the places of 10 and 3, right? Previously, the question was doing was 30. Yes. Swaps. Or a simple swap, right? Different terminologies, yes. We can have different terminologies for the same thing. Or we can say it's a swap. 13 minus 10, yes. The answer would be 13 minus 3. Thank you, May. 13 minus 3 would be equals to 10. So what we are trying to see over here is when a number is made up of two numbers, right? Let's look at the example over here. If 13 was made up of 10 plus 3, right? 13 is 10 plus 3. So in this case, if we subtract 3, 13 minus 3 would still be equals to 10, right? Or if we say 13 minus 10 would still be 3. This is the related subtraction fact. Okay? That we need to see over here with different numbers. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aiken. Let's move on to the next one. Question number 4 for us says, write the related subtraction fact for, when we click on to the next question we have is, okay, the question is 7 minus 1 would be equals to, 7 minus 1 is 6. This information we know, right? So the related subtraction fact should be, see, 7 minus 1 was 6. So now if we subtract the other number, that would be, what should it be? If we swap 1 with 6, it should be equal to, if we swap this 1 with 6, we're swapping that positions, right? So original question said 7 minus 1 was equals to 6. But when we are looking at the related subtraction fact, That means we swap the positions. Yes, it becomes 7 minus 6 would be equals to 1. What we did was we swapped the places, right? We swap their positions. Yes, thank you so much, Aiken and Michael and May. Thank you. Let's look at the next question. You don't have to draw these arrows, right? I'm drawing these arrows just to show you the information. The next question, question number 5, states that write the related subtraction fact for, the question says 16 minus 3 is, what is 16 minus 3? What is 16 minus 3? Can I have the answer? 16 minus 3 is, yes, 16 minus 3 is 13, right? And when we need to give the related subtraction fact, so this was 16 minus a number was equals to a remainder, right? So we can say this as 16 minus a number should be equals to, so what is the related subtraction fact? Anyone? Yes, it is 13, Aiken. Thank you. And the related subtraction fact would become, we simply need to swap the numbers. 3 and 13 needs to be swapped. That becomes 16 minus 13 would be equals to 3. That means either of these statements, 16 minus 3 is 13 or 16 minus 13 is 3, right? The total would always sum up to 16. Yes, thank you so much for the answer, Aiken. Okay. Moving on to the next question. The question number 6 says, write the related subtraction fact for, and the question says 12 minus 9 was equals to 3. And we know that in the related subtraction fact, what we do is we swap. Sorry. In the related subtraction fact, what we do is we swap the values. So once what we can say is 12 minus 9 was equals to 3, right? Then the related subtraction fact should be equal to, the bigger number still stays the same. 12 minus a number would be equals to an answer, right? The question was 12 minus 9, we get an answer that is 3. So the related subtraction fact should be, we just need to swap the places of 9 and 3. That means it becomes 12 minus 3 was equals to 9. We simply need to swap the places of these two values, right? Agreed? So it's the same. The sum of 3 and 9 would always be 12. Okay? Thank you. Let's move on to the next. Let's say the next question says, let me just copy the question. The question number 7 says, write the related subtraction fact for 20 minus 17 was equals to 3, and the subtraction, can anyone give me the subtraction related subtraction fact for this? Can anyone give me this related while we swap their positions? Okay. So 20 minus 17 was 3. Then the related subtraction fact should be, what we need to do is, the 20 comes as it is, right? Minus, what were the two remaining numbers? Yes. Thank you, May. What we need to do is, we simply need to swap the positions of 17 and 3. So we can write this as 20 minus 3 should be equals to 17. Thank you for answering. Yes, thank you, Aiken, for answering. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Okay. In the next question, it says, question number 8. It says 20 minus 2 is 20 subtracts 2 subtracted from 20 is 18, right? We need to give the related subtraction fact for this question, right? So the subtraction related fact would be the 20 stays as it is, right? It's a bigger number. It's subtracting a number from it. So 20 minus a number should be equals to another number. And in this case, all we need to do is we need to swap the places of the subtract. Yes. Yes. Thank you. So what we would do is 20 minus 2 was 18. Then, yes, thank you, May, for this. That was 20 minus 2 was 18, and your answer is 20 minus 18 would be equals to 2. Very good. All we are doing is we are swapping the positions of these two numbers. Okay. So what we are learning from this is, from a number that is 20, if you subtract 2, you'll have 18 as your answer. From the number 20, if you subtract 18, then you'll get a 2 as your answer, right? That means 18 and 2 when added together will give the answer as to be 20, right? Can I say this? 20 is equals to 18 plus 2, right? So whenever a larger number is broken down into two smaller numbers, the sum of two smaller numbers would be equal to the larger number. Okay, so let's try the next question. The next question says, question number 9, it says, yes, thank you for the answer. Thank you, May. Okay. The next question we have, it says 9 minus 3 is equals to 6, right? It's a fact. 9 minus 3 would always be equals to 6. So once we do the related subtraction fact for this, what can we say? 9 minus a number was equals to another number, right? So the related subtraction fact would be 9 minus a number should be equals to another number. So once we swap their places, in this case, 3 and 6 can be swapped, right? Yes, thank you, Aiken. In this case, the answer is correct. 9 minus 6. What we are doing is we are swapping the positions of 3 and we are swapping the position of 6, right? 9 minus 6 would be equals to 3, right? So this pattern, this property is known as related subtraction facts, okay? And we can also say that the two smaller numbers, 6 plus 3, was equals to 9. They would sum up to 9, right? The next question we have is they're asking us, write the related subtraction fact for, let's look at the question we have. 20 minus 11 is equals to 9. Okay. 20 minus 11 is equals to 9. And that is a fact, right? Fact is something that cannot be changed. 20 minus 11 is equals to 9. So the related, can anyone give me the related subtraction fact? Related subtraction fact. Thank you, Michael. Yes. No, you wrote 9 minus 3 is 6, and you wrote 9 minus 3 is equals to, that's a typing error, right? Yes. You need to correct that. 9 minus 3 would be 6, typing error. Okay. See, sometimes we know the answers, but when we are giving the answers, we do not focus on the options. So human error is always there. So for that reason, we always recheck. 20 minus 11 is 9. Thank you, May, for the answer. You wrote 20 minus, you swap the position of these two numbers, minus 9 would be 11, right? Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Right? Michael, it needs to be 18 over there, right? Just the typing error. So this is the correct answer. 20 minus 11 is equals to 9. And we can also say 20 minus 9 would be equals to 11. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. Correct answer. For the next question, okay, let's say we have question number 11. In question number 11, they're asking us, write the subtraction fact for 14 minus 11 would be always equals to 3. This is a fact. 14 minus 11 is 3. The related subtraction fact should be, what should be the related subtraction fact for this? Because 14 is a bigger number. We write 14 as it is. 14 need not be swapped. What we need to swap is 11 and 3. So 14 minus 11 was 3. Thank you, Aiken. Then 14 minus 3 would be equals to 11. Right? Vice versa. It's the same thing. Right? Thank you for the answer. We move on to the next question. I hope we all are on the same page. We understood that. And are there any, if there are any questions, please let me know. Yes. Write the related subtraction fact for 17 minus 8. What is 17 minus 8? It's already given in the question, but can anyone tell me what is 17 minus 8? 17 minus 8 would always be equals to 17 minus 8 would always be equals to what? Seventeen minus 8 would always be equal to, yes, it would be always equals to 9, right? So if the question given is 17 minus 8 is equals to 9, and we need to give the related subtraction fact for this. How can we give the related subtraction fact? What we can say is 17, we simply swap the places of 8 and 9, right? Minus 9 should always be equals to 8. We are simply swapping their places, right? And we can also say this, that 9 plus 8 is always equals to 17. The sum of the two numbers that are being swapped would be equal to the bigger number. Okay, let's try another. So question number 13. So the question number 13 says, write the related subtraction fact for, and the question is 12 minus 5. 12 minus 5 would always be equals to 7, right? When we subtract 5 from a 12, the answer comes out to be 7. Okay, so if we need to give the related subtraction fact for this, if we need to give the related subtraction fact for this equation, I'm calling this as an equation because there is a sign of is equals in the middle. 12 minus 5 is equal to 7, right? Whenever we have an equal sign, it's called an equation. Yes. Thank you, May, for the answer. And the answer that you gave was 12 minus 7 would be equals to 5, right? Thank you for the answer. Moving on to the next question. If we say that the next question says, write the related subtraction fact for 13 minus 9. 13 minus 9 is always equals to 4. So the related subtraction fact for this should be 13 minus a number should be equals to the answer, right? And swapping their places should be, the original question said that 13 minus 9 is equals to 4. In the first equation, we are subtracting 9 and we are getting 4 as an answer. So when we do the related subtraction fact, it should be, yes, thank you, Scarlett. That would be 13 minus, we swap the positions of 9 and 4, right? We simply swap their positions and it becomes 13 minus 4 should be equals to 9. Thank you for the answer. Okay, and we can also say one more thing, that the sum of the smaller two numbers would always be equal to the larger number, right? This is an additional information that we are looking over here, right? That means 13 minus 4, we can say 13 minus 4, 13 minus 4 was 9, and similarly we can say 13 minus 9 would be 4. That means whenever we have a sum of two numbers creating a larger number, from the larger number, that is 13, if you subtract 9 you get 4. From 13, if you subtract 4 you get 9 as your answer, right? That's a related subtraction fact. Let's move to the next question. Okay, so the next question says, that is our question number 15, and the next question says, it's on the website. When you click onto the next, it says, write the related subtraction fact for 21 minus 11. So what is 21 minus 11? Can we have the answer for that? 21 minus 11 would be equals to 10, right? So if we need to find the related subtraction fact for this equation, it should be equals to 21 minus 11 was 10, right? So what should be the related subtraction fact? All we need to do is swap the positions. What two numbers needed to be swapped? The two numbers are, yes, thank you. Thank you, May, for the answer. 21 minus 11 was 10. And when we do the related subtraction fact, the equation changes into, the first equation given was 21 minus 11 is equals to 10. When we apply related subtraction fact, we swap their positions, right? We agree on that the positions are swapped. So what are the two numbers that are being swapped? This and this. The positions are being swapped. So the final answer will become, it should be 21 minus, yes, thank you, May, for the answer. That would be 21 minus 10 would be equals to 11. Thank you. That's a perfect answer. Okay, let's do some questions from the test. Okay, let's try a few questions from the test so that the remaining you can finish. I'll start off with a few from the test. Okay, I'll just highlight the test over here. These are the questions we have from the test. I will copy the question on the screen and we'll try to pick up the options, whichever is the correct option. Okay. For question number 1 that we have, this is question number 1. I'll change the screen size. These are the two options we have, A and B. And we need to find the related subtraction fact for 20 minus 2 is equals to 18. So this is our question number 1 from the test. Okay. So if the question given is 20 minus 2 is equals to 18. So what should be the related fact? Related subtraction fact? Option A or option B? Let's do this together. The question says 20 minus 2 is equals to 18. Then the related fact should be, see, the easiest way to find the answer is we look at both the answers. One answer has an option 20 minus 18 is equals to 2. The second option has 22 minus 4. But we do not have 22 minus 4 in the original question, right? We do not have 22 over here. We only have 20, right? Yes, option number A. Thank you, Aiken. So we can always write the answer also. 20 minus 18 was equals to 2. This is our related subtraction fact. Once we go down to the option, that is option number A. So we would click on option number A. I hope you're doing the same so that we do some questions together. There are only simply 12 questions. We'll try to do half or more than half. The remaining you can try, right, as your homework. Please do the homework so that you would have more practice of it. Okay, I'll just copy this. This is question number 2. These are the two given options. And the question was this. Okay, I'll just change the size so that it's readable. In question number 2, it says, write the related subtraction fact for 16 minus 3, 13 is 3, right? So once we have the equation, can we write down this related subtraction fact for this? Yes. Thank you, Aiken. And thank you, Scarlett. That's the correct answer. For the next question, we have 16 minus 3, 13 is equals to 3. So what would be the related subtraction fact for this? We simply need to swap the number. And swapping would be done between these two numbers, right? Yes, thank you, Aiken. 16 minus 3 is 13. Which option should be the correct? Option A or option B? Because Option A says 17 over there, right? And 17 is not in the question. 16 is in the question, right? So option A would be incorrect and option B would be correct option. 16 minus 3 is 13. Okay, so we click on the next option. Question number 3. I want you people to give me the answer for this. The next question. Okay. The question number 3 says, I'll just copy this so that we have more visibility. Okay. Subtraction fact for, okay. If this is a question number 3. In question number 3, they're asking us to write the related subtraction fact for 13 minus 10 was equals to 3. Let's see which option can be a correct option. Okay, let's see over here. So the original question states 13 minus 10 is 3. Yes. Thank you, May, and thank you, Aiken, for the previous question. Moving on to question number 3, it says write the related subtraction fact for 13 minus, yes, option B. Thank you, Michael. And the equation should be 13, yes, thank you. Thank you, Michael. Okay, so the equation for this would be, what you wrote was 13 minus 3 equals to 10. Right, this is the related subtraction fact. Let's look at this. But the first question has a 14. That means it's not possible. 14 is not part of the question. So we go with option B. I hope you people are also doing the question at the same time, the test at the same time, so that it would be easier for us to complete it. Okay. The next question that we have is write the related fact for, I'll just copy the next. Okay. Question number 4. Okay, just a minute, please. These are the 2 options that we have. And this is the question that we have. Okay. In question number 4, they're saying, write the related subtraction fact for this equation. So, which answer should be correct? Option A or option B? Option number A. Thank you, Michael. That says 9 minus 3 was, thank you, May, as well. That is 9 minus 3 was 6. So we can say 9 minus 6 was equals to 3. Agreed? So we look at both the options. Oh, yes. First option is 9 minus 6 is equals to 3. So once we click on these options, we'll have our correct answer. Okay. Moving on further with the next question that we have, we can say, just a minute, please. Okay. With question number 5, we can say these are the 2 correct options we have. Okay, this would be the equation that we have. I'll just increase the size so that it's readable for us. The question number 5 says, write the related subtraction fact for 20 minus 11 was equals to 9. And we had 2 options, option A and option B. So which option should be the correct option? Let's read the next question again. Okay. Question number 5 says the related subtraction fact, find the related subtraction fact for 20, yes, 20 minus 9 equals to 11. Thank you, May, for the answer. Because the question said 20 minus 11. So the answer would be, as you wrote, 20 minus 9 is equals to 11, right? So which option? Option A or option B? We have two options for the answer, right? May, which option? A or B? Yes, thank you, Michael. Option A would be correct. May, the option is option A is correct. Thank you, Michael, as well. Because the answer is an MCQ. You have two options for the answers, right? Whatever our answer is, we need to look into the options and click on the correct option. Thank you. Okay. We click on option A, that's correct. The next option we have is write the related fact for. Very simple question. The next one is, okay, this is the next question we have. And we need to give this related fact for these two. Just a minute, please. Okay. The question says, question number 6 from the test says, write the related subtraction fact for 7 minus 1 was 6. Option A, option B. So what should be the related subtraction equation for this? Fact for this? Yes, thank you, May. Your answer is 7 minus 6 is equals to 1. That's correct. Because the question was 7 minus 6. We write 7 minus 6 is equals to 1. So which option should be correct? Option number A or option number B? The correct answer. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Michael. The correct answer is, and thank you, May, for the answer as well. The correct option is option B. So we go to the test and we click on option number B. Okay. Let's try one more. We already done with 6 questions, right? So the test would be done soon. 1 or 2 would be left, but do practice those questions, okay? Or you can always do those questions again. Okay, if this is the next question, we have question number 7 from the test. Okay, sorry. The question number 7 says, from the test, it says, write the related subtraction fact for these two. These are the two options we have. I'll just copy it. I'll resize so that it's easier for you to read. Okay. Write this related subtraction fact for this question. The two options given are A and B. Can anyone help me out? The original question says, yes, B. Thank you. The answer. Thank you. I'm very happy. Quick answers. That means if they want the equation for us, we can also write 20 minus 3 is 17. And if they want to select an option, you select an option. Thank you, Michael. And thank you, May. Okay. Let's try one more. I'll leave a few questions for you people as well. We click on the option, it would show us that it's correct. And then we move on to the, and if by mistake, if you do an incorrect option, right? Then on the website, you'll have all the explanation with the questions. Along with the question, there would be an explanation provided. Just go through the explanation and you'll understand why is it incorrect, if ever it's incorrect. Okay. The question says, question number 8 says, write the related subtraction fact for 14 minus 3 is 11. So, see, the easiest way to find the answer is that we look at the two options, right? Yes, 20 minus 3 was 17. For question number 8, it says write the related subtraction fact for 14 minus 3 was 11. Once we look at both the options, right? So the option number A says 5. We do not have 5 in the question given to us, right? We do not have 5 in this question given to us. But option A has a 5 in it. So if it's a mismatch, we already say it's not possible, right? Because 5 is not there in the question. The 14 minus 3 was 11, right? Then the related subtraction fact should be, what should be the related subtraction fact for this? That would be the reverse. 14 minus 11 would be 3, right? And we know, yes, thank you for the option B. Thank you, May. Okay, 14 minus 11 is equal to 3. There's just 2 more questions left. Please do try those 2 questions. And you can attempt these 8 also again, right? So that your test would be done and you'll have enough practice, okay? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and best of luck. You take care.